Hey, what's going on, buddy? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we are here in Danganronpa again. Last episode, we found the body of Sakura and did the investigation. And now we're going to go ahead and do the class trial. If I sound tired, I am tired. It is clearly 10 right now. I have school tomorrow. But I wanted to get this trial done today. I've done 2 trials today. 3 and 4s, because I hate myself. Actually, no, I just couldn't stop playing. This game's so much fun. But, yeah, so. Hopefully this doesn't take too long, because I'd like to get at least a little bit of sleep tonight. Before school. But, you know what? I'm a responsible student. Let's go. Oh, God, there's only fucking 6 of us. Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up one after another. And then... the ultimate martial artist. A locked room murder mystery.
What?
What the... I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss us in a smiley face, it turns possible.
Yes, indeed!
Okay. When you're paying right something, you find a dead body? That's just plain creepy.
Well?
And how about the reverse?
Here.
No matter how great something is, if you put 7 makes it negative.
Yes, indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends?
What?
That's right, that does make it seem sad.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Please get in the elevator. Please stop, please stop. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How could you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
Think I'm acting casual?
Don't be mean!
And I mean, I think Hiro did it. Yeah, I'm pleased. How dare you call me a murderer?
What the heck?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there's no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer? The one who murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And that someone killed her. And that person is here. That person is one of us. Come on, someone put an end to this. I'm gonna wait till the elevator. But with each step I took, I felt I was moving further and further away from my goal. I feel a chilling fear run through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I got through it, it never gets any easier. Climbing to our steel prison, total silence. Watched the doors close, and we felt it begin its sinister descent. Elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sound. It fell lower and lower. It's suddenly, as always. The ride was over. The door opened again. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really?
This is kind of...
That's so few. You must be so lonely. You say it like it's not your fault. We're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again, or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Are you ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. Alright, and so our curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Boss save. I don't mean to do that actually. Make sure everything's set, and we continue. Trial, all rise.
Let's begin with a basic... If you can figure out...
We know this.
Whoa! Dave.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
He seems really sure that one of those things is the killer. But she must have some reason for believing that. Alright, let's go. Make your arguments. As count.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
No, that's wrong.
Yep, she also... I forgot what the account was.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Correct.
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
Can't disagree with Hina. There's a good reason to suspect all three of them. What does that mean? One of them did it? Pocket trash.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
Correct.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
No, that's wrong.
Lying asshole.
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's,
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
Because Sakura only had candy right after the cups. The reason I know this is Sakura was no, that's not. No, Sakura didn't tell me she liked candy that much. Yes.
Shoot!
Wait, was that Sakura like too much? Hold on, did I not read that right? So okay, Hero, God,
I got it!
I read that wrong.
I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was... Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
You're super suspicious, Hero.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
More hostility.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
Huh? Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message. At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just
do
like
you
what
know
you
that?
guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
How the hell does he know that?
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way!
Wait,
I didn't do it!
You just
Wait,
don't
wait.
know when
How the
you're
fuck does he
deep,
know that?
do you?
He was in the room.
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away
Thank
from
you,
the scene of the
Kyoko.
crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Was above the it was on the microscope.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
Here, I found the dying message. Just in case. Here, hold it. Oh my god. This one's just arguing with an idiot. We're just arguing with an idiot.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
No, that's true. No, hold the fuck on. So weird.
Shoot!
I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was...
And I can tell you when it was only
After the investigation had begun.
So I guess
I found the magazine tucked when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when Ogre's
Body was discovered.
What?
Shoot!
What the?
I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was...
And I can tell you it was
Only after the investigation had begun. I
Yes,
found the
that's true.
magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Shoot!
I'm so confused right now. What am I
I can
doing
tell
wrong?
you exactly when Ogre's body was...
And I can tell you it was only after
I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when Ogre's
Body was discovered.
Okay, there we go.
No, that's wrong.
The first part made sense though.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it. After we'd begun the investigation, and you weren't at the murder scene. So there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is.
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Message. Okay, moment of truth. Oh, so we're doing this already.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest.
On strike.
Show me the proof.
This should prove it. I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message, because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. Both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there,
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? Had a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Actually, a piece of candy might give you some energy. Oh, sure,
and
thanks.
that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end it.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. then she just went limp. I didn't. Once it was over, I pulled myself together.
He's lying.
I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the
Lying.
table and I ran away.
I can't
he's
believe
lying.
you! You're the worst!
There's so
I
much
hope
wrong.
you
There's so much more.
die.
He's lying.
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me,
Who are
do
you-
whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right?
No, I think there's more to Hiro's
Because
story.
it wasn't him.
What are you talking about?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain, and until we figure that
No,
part
no,
out,
no,
we can't
there's
consider
a
the
few
case
things
closed.
that his story does not fill. Well, he picked Toko? Okay.
Shoot!
So then our spot was hidden.
I got it!
Okay.
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine
It
was
also doesn't
hidden.
explain the
does it?
powder, all the blood, the 2 bottles that were smashed
By
over
the
here
time
instead.
the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then, he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the
Oh,
shelf.
another Byakuya situation.
In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Toko.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe it!
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of Clash Royale yet. Here, isn't right there. Okay. Argument time. What do we have? Make your arguments. Okay.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once, is that right?
Yeah, just once.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Huh? 2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's...
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves.
Correct?
There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf. And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Chess pieces. It's the adjective. Inside each. Okay, this one. And Hangman's Gambits. Okay, yeah.
Now
Just
I
please.
understand. That's it. The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4.
So we're missing the queen.
And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while 1 apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the
Nope,
murder.
that's wrong.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
It's broken.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken,
What makes you so sure?
because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just 1 broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
Everything just in bottles. He proves it. It was the...
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment.
That we did.
We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And there was actually more than 1 bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces. Which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
Used by Sakura's second.
I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only 1 attack.
So from there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a split-second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just
Alright,
remembered
Sid.
something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
Likewise.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
What? Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
Weird I saw the professor that was in there. She left for anyone. You know, but oh god damn it. Yep, let's hear it. So far, you've probably been pressing the left mouse button during the final strike without a second thought. No, and you're going to have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. She's the proper truth print, she's the coup de grace. You select it the same way during. So I swim okay. You also like the debate. If your logic difficulty is kind, you got fully roast juice. But we're going to pretend this is set to mean, regardless, just okay. Okay. Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you. Well then, good. I'm on chapter 4. How the fuck am I halfway through the game? I feel like I'm more than halfway through the game, but okay.
It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No! That's enough. I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie. That's enough.
Are you in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. There we go.
This should prove it. Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up.
Yeah!
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura!
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again?
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
You mean... Okay.
Ah, guess who's back?
Hey, Jill.
It was your fault after all!
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see...
Sakura.
Splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Mask!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on! That's... you know... But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre! So that's good!
So that's good. Keep talking about it. Is gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
I thought for sure you'd say some word for
What's
Hero
wrong?
Mom.
Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right?
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd? Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it. Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what
Fuck
I'm talking
you.
about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
Oh, yes. Let me get Sakura's. Alright. What do we have then? Somebody's status.
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood.
Correct.
So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
That's wrong.
No, that's wrong. We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
I'm going to kick the ever-loving shit out of the Akua.
Just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
So it has to be one of the proofs compromising.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But...
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Huh. So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
Real on. So top is the top.
I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then. Where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Did we really miss something so important? There's something in another maybe it's. Yes, I mean, remember, there's a still other chemical room situation going on right here. Yellow powder.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
Found it. I want to make sure that was the only one.
What was it? If it wasn't from Jen,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
was
yeah,
it?
yeah,
There's no other that killed Sakura. I can't think of
Anything other than the shot to her
Wait, what?
head.
Shoot!
Go.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other that killed Sakura. I can't think of
Anything other than...
Okay.
No, that's wrong.
What's the Monokuma file said those only? What the fuck did the Monokuma file say then?
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she
Back of the
cut
head.
the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Poison her.
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
Put that fucking unusually long tongue
But
away.
you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room?
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Above. Are we in the same shelf as section?
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? But you just said that section...
Strange,
Ah, Jimmy.
isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
Can't believe my eyes. But I put the poison to his lips.
Master!
We were so shocked. We were saying all we could do is stand there and watch. So it's the most natural thing in the world. Back was as common as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm
protein
talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Go to find the bottle, straight out the fingers. Just fingers to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Huh?
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
Bottle poison. Oh, him. It's her. Aye. Okay, so it's. Oh. Protein drink. Ah, need the tea. Oh, protein drink.
Now I understand.
It's a mix of fucking everything. Had 2 of everything so far. That's all
The
the
poison
special ones.
must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched, so the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Protein drink.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the 2 materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
Which tree has to be? Yeah, the footprints. Down.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf.
Hell yeah.
That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me.
Hina?
The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer was...
Yep, I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected.
What the fuck's going on?
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
True must be. Makoto, are they yours? No. Good, let me see your shoe and I'll confirm their size much for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time,
She's
you've
always
been
been
focused on pinning the crime on
She's always been
someone
like that,
else,
though.
haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just the two of them were so close.
There's one bit of evidence that
That's
this makes
likely
sense, though.
exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her.
I think Sakura killed herself.
She deceived the victim. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
I think Sakura killed herself.
Hina, did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
See, too.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
well, that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no
No.
way you can doubt this.
Sakura had dust
Are
on
you
her
sure
shoe.
about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
Can I just point out the other evidence I
Fine.
have?
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Argument time?
Well, right away, I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
yeah.
But that's true. Isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully...
It's the same thing no matter how many times...
Let's just fucking... I know it. Yeah. Let's just get this part over with.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the...
Yeah. When I grabbed...
Okay.
And then
I moved from Section C.
Bitch,
No,
please.
that's wrong. You said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
What?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movement?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I left the foot.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well,
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
well,
What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Piece of glass.
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then. Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
what's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
When Hina told us.
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina?
Okay, this one's just fucking confusing.
And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that...
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein
it's on
can
top
with
of
the
the
poison
glass.
inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain
I
that.
think she killed herself.
But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here.
Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that?
Byaku's so so concerned.
How can you know what I don't know?
Oh, because he's being proven wrong. That's why. Because it's under the fucking glass. Do I have this? This is our empty protein drink. Empty protein drink.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be.
It was in there before.
No, that's wrong.
He sounds so genuinely
You remember how there was
concerned.
broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in.
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear. As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original
She killed
bottle,
herself.
knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
Sakura.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
No, Sakura.
What do you think, Makoto?
And again,
I got it!
Sakura.
I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself?
What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
Yep, because of her shoe. Oh, moment of truth again? Okay.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it.
The yellow powder.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Over's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
When I killed Sakura. When we explain it.
Here's my answer! The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was
That's
suicide?
exactly what I said.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the
It's time for
poison.
the final.
She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Of course.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything. And Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
Let's go get them. Let's go get the others. Shaking legs, Hina left the record room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
Oh, she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed. I see.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence. The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison, vital pieces of evidence. And yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
Or Byakuya, you did the same fucking thing. So shut the fuck up.
No! No, 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 no! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Fuck's sake. That was actually quite easy. God, she's such a badass. Like, not gonna lie, Juko is, not Juko. Sakura's such a badass.
The killer is
I actually think I got this one first try.
This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head, and this caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her.
Poor Sakura.
This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened, knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina.
Fuck.
That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But Makoto, how did you how were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Because I'm smart.
Huh?
Even though I'm actually stupid as shit, Mom.
Well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Bitch. Hey.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice? What's it gonna be?
Yes. We know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Monoku Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire
Okay, we're done here.
existence.
What did you say?
That's the whole truth, huh? I see. There's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
You know, why did you try to cover what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest
What
of
are
us.
you thinking?
And yet why did you do that?
Don't be mean!
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all you pushed her into the corner. You all killed her. So that's why
You should have been the one to
I couldn't
die.
let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you're going to take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We have to pay for our crimes. We're serious, that's...
What is this?
So understand? Then let me explain. You realize how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hands. That's found her on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note. Think back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran after him. Sakura, calm down. You have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You try to protect me because of me.
I can't
My
forgive
closest
this!
friend got hurt. Sakura,
I...
because of me, my friends are going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just want to talk to them.
But,
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. They all gang up on you at once, even you.
Hina,
Please, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
they're friends.
Sakura. Ah, fuck. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of you. If you just talk to her, you understand she was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... You trampled all over her feelings. Then you did the unthinkable. No, that's just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to her. And what she had to say, without thinking without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive
And yet how desperate she was to think you act like that. That's what her suicide note means. So instead of waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hands.
Why?
That's how far you pushed her.
Huh?
Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
You came. Wait right here, I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
I'd like some protein. Could I ask you too? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. That's when I realized. I thought that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura, so I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. By the time I got there, it's already too late. Sakura,
Please.
let me in. Please open the door.
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weakness, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
we all blamed her. Tried to protect her, and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. I didn't even realize it. Hina. We killed her. All of us. The fuck did I do? We pushed her into a corner, and we murdered her. The fuck did I do? What the fuck on? I didn't do shit.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. Okay, listen here, you bitch. That's why you tried to let us. That's why you tried to let us astray. It's best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her. Died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even then, I got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. Could never face her after this.
Hey! Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right now, but you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but
Hey!
just taking so long. I'm gonna fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think they have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion of whether her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking. Because her and me,
In other words,
what I'm really trying to say is,
yes, indeed.
don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. Wait, what? But he already...
Too bad.
Oh, I wrote that one. It's all me, baby.
It's true.
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room.
Huh?
Then, you lied to me?
Unbelievable.
Don't say it. It's more like, it made it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now,
I can't help but totally look at a little scribbles of face value. I didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little...
Damn it!
I'm not filthy, I didn't do anything.
Pung, pung.
Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. We're the ones jerking each other around. Hey, if I had factored in, I still would have been between you guys. So what's your problem? This is all part of the production process? Okay, and cutscene.
And?
Then what'd you write in a real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my mellow angel. Oh, for fuck's sake! You know, have you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? We came with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place.
But hold on.
And this isn't just so unfortunate. Killing yourself is just so final, you know. You can hear the rest of their story, the truth is lost in the darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, geez. Talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. Ahem. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I had to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came with
See,
me.
the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of the dojo. The family has watched over it for 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind, and more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura.
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that decision, I revealed her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay here, stay true to all of you, led directly to you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic? Or just moronic?
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on
So
me.
this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me, which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The Mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get the situation under control. To fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the Mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the Mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give my
If
life.
it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted us to stop us from fighting to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path I've chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope you showed myself through actions and not words. Hopefully, then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But
This is... I don't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still.
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all our meddling was like totally pointless.
Uh-oh.
She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyways. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserved all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean, next victim? No one here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you were on the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a
Say
waste.
what?
Because she made us remember, we're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. It's all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well?
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. Nobody can blame Hina either.
Ooh-hoo.
Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered. Because the one we need to destroy is you. Nobody else.
What? What do you want?
What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is it's a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemies is each other. He's absolutely right about that.
Phew.
Ah, lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you? This is a life or death elimination game. The only way to survive is to win. There'll be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I'm bowing out of the game. Bowing out of the game.
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear of this game.
Don't make me repeat
There's
myself.
no point in participating in the game in which lost a sense of excitement. Which is why I no longer will be participating in it.
What?
What's going on here? Now, I'll have one thing to look forward to.
It's all clear.
And that's to heap the dipshit possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does this mean? Don't misunderstood. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentism. This is just what you're thinking. Whatever master goes, I go. And if that mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I'll catch on fire. Everyone.
Hey,
Well, now you can say Sakura's death had no meaning. How boring. But nothing good come of this. I'm just gonna be the one having fun time.
What the heck?
Fun time? I'm sure about that good for nothing backside and get on back on track.
You want me to punish you guys?
It's the moment in time you're waiting for, the punishment time.
what?
Sakura's technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna...
But
Is it me?
Wrong.
Oh heavens no. Just in Blackman's dead doesn't mean I can't just sub in whatever else that I want. Can I tell you, I'm very particular about the Bear Time 1's rule.
Listen up.
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it would be a shame to let it go to waste.
Yoo-hoo!
For my special punishment, I prepared a special guest. Special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Who the hell? You mother... You... Found Shiro. We lost Chiro for a second fucking time. You bastard. You. You suck, man. You turned me into a mango hunk of junk. That really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's all at. I'm about to get grilled for goodness. fried boiled. Give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulent. Where is where it's at.
So,
I realize how dangerous it could be. But still, I have to do this.
but
I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but
still,
when I think about everything else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm some inhuman AI, but it's just true. So it's okay.
I'm gonna do my best.
Just for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul. When disbelief gave way to raw anger. Anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiled all over. Bubbled up through my body and quickly overflowing straight out of my mouth. How dare you? That was my friend. How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
Huh? You're friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friend with a baseball? Basketball. Shut the hell up. He wasn't just a laptop. He was my friend. You killed him. That's what you call animalism, where a soul dwells within all things, even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. I was trying to find all things. It was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So you finally noticed him.
Actually,
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew how you're all gonna play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew? You were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data on the laptop, it was, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you.
Phew.
Maybe more like a reward. However, you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So, of course, I didn't care if you guys got access to it. But sneaking the neck was just too personal, so I had to do everything. So I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to work as hard as everyone else so I can get out, so we can all get out of here. Frigo wanted to fight for us. He wanted help and risk his own life. For that, he was killed. Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel a billion times better.
very nice.
Experiencing a meaningless death is so shooting. Makes me remember that every low can get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Nobody who died so far, the death of each of our other friends. They're all gonna make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Holy moly, you're super mad. Like, just unreasonably upset.
Well,
Okay, time to bring things too close. Oh, but before that,
uh-huh.
I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript.
Yep.
There's still a bit more left in Sakura's notes.
Huh?
Don't have your attention? Okay, here we go.
Hello.
Prayers for the delicate tone of yours truly. One other thing, there's something I'd like to tell you. I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully, it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of the school. What clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, so I've heard one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is. Oops, Daisy. That's a close one. No word, and we would have had a huge dip in spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, I don't want winning to surprise, so book club is dismissed for today. What? You can't just stop at the most important bits. It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even friggin' know, huh?
You guys.
That's the whole point, stupid. To get back at all of you for hardening your resolve. Fine. At least Sakura's notes. Like, I'd ever let any of you pre-swallows have it. But
Too bad.
sucks for you, losers. Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now?
What?
There's one last line in the note. Let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, bastard. No matter what. And that's seriously it. Oh wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die, she'll fight for you. Yeah, whatever. Who cares? Some dead muscle has to say.
Well.
Well, I'm out of here. You should try to get some rest. Maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long, think hard. Those words, parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help solve the mystery of the school. The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was referring to, it was after Celeste's trial was over.
You.
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Who?
What?
Hey.
The mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, the mastermind plan a bomb in us or something? If we leave the school, our sensor goes off, and the bomb explodes. I've seen stuff like that in the movies and comics and stuff. Not totally unheard of. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. Can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like this.
Yo!
So the class trial is over and Wilson was gone.
But...
So now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there? Other than head back up. Oh, yeah. Let's get out of here. But, I must still feel responsible. Dial back that eagle a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never had lost to that kind of challenge. We're talking about Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Shut up. Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan on apologizing? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then, I'll try. Huh? That totally wasn't normal, right? Did you just capture his flag?
No, 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 no!
Can I suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and my master?
Huh?
What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Or would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right. I called you a sleazeball, because you were a sleazeball.
I see.
Apparently you saw the death wish. Oh, more pitting sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends.
No, 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 no!
Hey, stop fighting with Master. You're making me jealous. I want the peace. Give and take me. Guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. So, Sakura's class trial came to an end, and returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck upon us.
As such, soon. Okay then.
Nighttime descended and pulled me along with it down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen sense to sleep, deep sleep. But the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. What? Wake up. Wake up? Huh? The voice dragged me from a deep slumber daze. My eyes half open. Oh. Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
Okay. In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door. It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious? Anyways, that's already like that. Every time you're surprised. What time is it?
Correct.
3 o'clock in the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m.? Why is Kyoko waking me up at this hour? I'm gonna continue on because I feel like the chapter's gonna end soon. It's so late. What happened?
Makoto.
A favor. What's up? What's your favor?
So...
I'm just said at the end of her note. I'm not just gonna lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what you meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ears and whispered. The data center on the 4th floor. What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Without another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberate through my half-dazed head. Data center. I thought it was locked. Data center A. Oh, I can't teleport. Okay. That's strange. I made my way. Okay. So the game should just take me there. Eventually I wound up at the data center. When I arrived, Kyoko's not here. Where she said she'd meet me here. Is she maybe inside already? My hand on the door and turned on force. Didn't open. Tried again, but must be locked. And what Kyoko said, data center on the 4th floor.
What's this?
Oh, what are you doing up, mister? Yeah.
Damn it!
Breaking into a locked door is incredibly prohibited, didn't you know? Well, I just... You're trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in your head, right?
Hey!
I can see that, you dolt. Don't waste my time telling me crap I can see for myself.
Unbelievable.
You're looking, you might have break in any second, so I thought I would give you a friendly reminder. You're gonna try to tell me you weren't sleepwalking or something. No, nothing like that. It's 3 o'clock in the morning for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know. Stop being weird and go back to bed. What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Kelka?
You too? You guys?
One of the two, just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come, Makoto, let's head back.
Hey,
Did you hear me? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
shall we go?
Don't worry about it. Let's just go. Okay. Yeah, go on. Get out of here. Shoot, shoot. What the fuck just... So we left and went back to our rooms. And then...
Goodbye.
So, hold on. Listen, what was that all about just now? She woke me up, made me go to a day center, which just happened to be locked. And then she... I'll be kind of pissed too. What was the point of all that? Don't worry about it. I fear that would be the end of our connection, but...
Goodbye.
Well then, good night. Sure. Then that was over. But I turned to leave.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Kyoko's right next to me again. She's right here.
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Oi?